This is the biggest worry I have with the dev team balancing. Overwatch didn't understand that. They didn't understand that win rates are a terrible indicator of how strong a hero is, and they balance around win rates a lot. Does she hear win rate says it's good in Hyla? Yeah, but win rate's a disgustingly misleading stat, right? A character's win rate basically determines zero. It's a very, very, very irrelevant factor of how good the character is, right? The people who play Magic and High-Elo tend to be Magic mains like me. So the average level of your average Magic player in High-Elo is much higher than your average level of a Namor player in High-Elo, right? Because Namor players, like if you play bad on a character, it's often you just swap to Namor because you're losing, and then when you're losing, when you're losing, it means you're more likely to lose that game because you're already in a losing position, and it means you're probably less comfortable on the character. So it double dips, right? So melee characters will always have a higher win rate, generally, than ranged, because the people who play them tend to be specialists, and nobody who plays Bucky is like, okay, like Bucky's not working, I'm gonna swap to Magic. That just never happens in high elo, right? But it happens very frequently that if you're losing on Magic, your Magic player swaps to Bucky, which then, in theory, it inflates Magic's win rate and it deflates Bucky's win rate. Because the odds you win that game anyway when you swap is like 40 to 30%, right? Because you're coming from behind. So then it marginally boosts Magic's win rate because it means that you don't get the full 100% game time counted as a loss, because the win rates are calculated on game time as well when it looks at the overall global percentages. Heard you, and he goes Bucky Hello and it's too rough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. People will just when they're losing a melee DPS, they will just swap to what's considered like a safe DPS pick, right? Like Bucky, Hela, even like Punisher is probably like a very common example. So win rate is always yeah, I agree. Win rates when you can swap heroes mid-game are always super misleading, and this is the biggest worry I have with the dev team balancing, is that Overwatch didn't understand that. They didn't understand that win rates are a terrible indicator of how strong a hero is, and they balance around win rates a lot, and it's an awful thing. Like with League of Legends, it's like win rates are still really scuffed to balance off because it doesn't take into account like character difficulty is also like a massive. Oh, we are so dead still. I think hello safe DPS. I mean, what I mean by a safe DPS is that like if you're being countered on melee, like what people have in their mind, like specifically support players, have this idea that like, oh, why don't you just play Punisher and shoot their tanks? That's basically what they want you to do. Play a ranged DPS and just shoot the tanks. So that's what I mean by safe DPS. It's not safe in terms of like, if you suck, you can still get no value. It's safe in terms of the impact that they have is very easy to measure. Because for the most part, you're just shooting tanks, right? Spider-Man Magic. Instead of even a 21 at a ball, there's no shot I'm swapping if Bucky is unbanned and the enemy Bucky doesn't miss. Yeah, I mean. Well, certain characters, like Riven, and various other champions, like Aurelia, Zed, are like ridiculously overkitted characters, right? They have so much in their kit that makes them disgusting that they have to be undertuned, because if they're not undertuned, they just become disgustingly oppressive. I mean, Zed is probably the best example, right? Wish that every main of mine is complete Giga Chad, Riven, Genji, Doomfist, Spidey. Riven's cringe though. Riven's a cringe main. Hate to break it to you. Lee Sin is the real character. Playing Spider-Man? I mean, I play Spider-Man. I only play Spider-Man against flying characters though. Had a 43% win rate at one overall group main, call me boosted dog last night. How do I feel about this? I mean, I don't know, bro. I just don't listen to anyone. I just don't care. I get flamed such an outrageous amount. It's insane. I mean, bans is an incredibly good system. Like, I mean, actually, ironically, I was talking to Sunshine Red yesterday on her stream, and she says she doesn't like bans. She doesn't want bans in Overwatch. I'm like, there's just no way. Like bans in this game are like probably like the single best feature in this game. If Overwatch had bans in its prime, the same ban system that this game has, like 2-2 bans, it would literally have been 10 times better. Like the thing with bans is that one, it helps normalize the meta, right? So that like the really overpowered characters tend not to be as oppressive because they get banned. And it also allows good data points, because like if you see a character getting banned, like if you see a character has like 60% ban rate, what it means is that there's clearly something problematic about that character. There must be something wrong with that character, whether it's because they're OP or whether it's because they're super cancer to play against. Either way, that's something you need to look into. Because the thing that the funniest thing is, right, and this is actually a really interesting point, right, that for the majority of the players, you don't try to balance around how strong an actual hero is. You often try to ban around the perceived strength of a character, right? Like, perceived power of a character is almost more important than the actual power of a character. So, like, with the current state of the game, loads of people think Spider-Man is OP in, like, the low relos. So they will touch... I would be amazed if they don't touch Spider-Man next patch. Whether they buff him, they nerf him, or they rework him somehow, he will receive changes because people think he's OP, right? And even though by every single statistical metric that exists, and every single human being with a brain knows this character is dog shit, it doesn't matter because the perceived player power is what they care about more than the actual power level. Bans exist in Overwatch and Brig was banned every game. Oh yeah, exactly. Like, if bans were implemented in Overwatch, GOAT's meta would never have happened because every single game you'd ban Brig. And the games you didn't ban Brig, it would be like a GOAT's game. Then it's like it's an interesting game because then, oh my god, we let Brig through, etc., etc. It would be crazy. It'd be so much fun. But GG. Brig was when Overwatch died. I think Brig was the start of the decline of the game. I think there was ups and downs of Overwatch's like a lifespan. Like, you know, I think when Ana came out, it went up. I think when Doomfist came out, it went up. I think when Sombra came out, it went down. But I think that really was like when like Brig came out, I don't think there was ever... I think when Brig came out, the game never got above that threshold. Like the game's level pre-Brig, it never hit that level again, right? Oh, it hasn't died. I mean, casually, it's still alive, right? Like, it still has a good casual player base, but for like actual like competitive players, competitively the game's dead, right? Like, the thing with Overwatch esports, the only reason why Overwatch esports is still a thing is just because of the Saudi money. The Saudi money props up Overwatch esports to such a degree because it's the game that the Saudis are the best at.
Looking for growth also.
And because they have infinite money, it can prop up the scene. I mean, that comp is so gross, especially against double melee. Like, realistically, we have like a 0% chance to win this game. Like, looking at the comps, like, we are so draft diffed, it's insane. We have double melee, and they have the OP team up. So, like, realistically, we are so draft diffed. Adam C tier max. It's so validating though. Like, I remember at the start of season 1 when I put Adam in S tier, everyone was like, "What the fuck? This character is not good." And this character hasn't received changes since season 1.5 as far as I know, right? Like, he never actually got nerfed. But did Adam get buffed on nerfed? I don't remember in the 1.5 patch. I don't remember what I think he got buffed, right? He got his primary fire buffed. But all in all, a pretty inconsequential buff. And now all of a sudden he's like, literally like, must pick / ban in high level games. And it was always been like that. It's just people were too far behind on the meta, right? As per usual. Everything's those garbage here in release. I mean, I don't know. Like, the Wolverine situation was different. Like, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I mean, maybe. The general consensus generally is a bit weird, right? Like, once I found, like, when I first played Wolverine, I thought he was dog shit. Because my game plan was jumping on squishies. And I was like, why don't I do any damage? And then someone told me that he does percentage health. And then I just played him just on tanks 24/7. You realize this character's actually disgustingly OP. And Adam was the same. Like, when I played Adam, like when I first started playing Black Panther, I was like going against Adam players, and they just like never pressed any of their buttons, and I was just mauling them. And I was like, okay, the character's no mobility and he has no CC, and like surely this character's shit, right? And then I play him myself, and you realize this character's actually really fucking strong. Just people suck at him. I don't know, man. Adam has 6 immortality buttons. In both of his E's basically full heal him, and then he has a shift which basically more than full heals him. And then he has his and he has a self-res as well. Yeah, that is the biggest thing, right? People when they were playing the triple support comp were always trying to play like triple AoE circle healing ults. When realistically triple AoE healing circle ults is never actually that strong. It's better to have double AoE healing circle ults plus Adam Warlock res. But Adam Warlock ult, like you said, actually requires a degree of game sense to use effectively, right? It's not just an ult you can press and forget like a Lunar Snow ult, right? Which is why I think Adam Warlock was considered low tier for so long, because the thing is as well is that supports in this game are generally like by far the worst players in the game. But yeah, like supports are so overpowered and brain dead that like the average support player is so inflated in this game. In my opinion, the average support player in this game is inflated by like at least 2 full ranks. Like a Celestial 1 support player is at best a Celestial 3 player. And then the problem is when you get into high elo and you play against support players who are actually good at the game, it's just GG. Definitely worse than Magic? I think he's better. I can get way more value here. I mean, it doesn't matter what I do. Like, we can't win this game. We are disgustingly comp diff. Like, we are so much better. It's insane. Like, the fact this game is actually, like, somewhat competitive is just shows how bad they are, right? Like, these guys are, like, in terms of, like, player skill, they are, like, ridiculously gapped. I can't win with this Iron Fist on my team. There's just no way. It's just so fucking annoying that we've had like basically, in my opinion, even in season 0, like even though most people play 2-2, like I still think triple support is like hard meta in season 0. I legit think the entire history of this game, three supports has been meta the entire time. It's been optimal. I think the only time that you could really not play 3 supports is if like you could play Moon Knight Groot in that one patch. You could play Moon Knight Groot. I think that was the only comp that really like comfortably beat 3 supports. Don't matter if you have Magic and Spider-Man with Venom, it's still bad. The problem is that like the big issue you have with like you have 2 major issues with double melee, right? Issue number 1 is that you can't kill flying characters, is the big one, right? And you also can't pressure a lot of the ranged characters the same way. And then number 2 is that the enemy tanks never die, because you don't have any real consistent damage on the tanks. You don't have like any mid-range pokes are there. No, I mean like Spidey can kill flying characters to a degree. There's no way it's the same guy because I just avoided him. Too bad Good Knight got good. Yeah, it was so sad that Good Knight got nerfed. Why are we banning Loki? The fuck? I think if you have double meta, you need to play triple DPS. Play Overwatch. Genji is busted right now. Wow, I care so much. Take his touch Punisher in season 2. I think Punisher's fine. Punisher's cancer in terms of his shotgun and his wall hacks, but like I think probably like I think this game's design philosophy is very much so on making every character OP and making
Is that Chipsa on my team?
like every character have like some form of bullshit mechanic, right? So I think that probably like they need to keep the core identity of every character is very similar of what they are. So I mean Punisher's not OP anyway. Like Punisher's fine. I don't know, like there is a degree of which I'm not a huge fan. They have Widow, fuck me. I'm not a fan of like the idea that like how many of the characters in this game are only really viable with a team up. I think I'm not sure how I feel about that, but yeah, and they do it on purpose with the team ups. But like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, it's like if you play Punisher without Raccoon, you're basically throwing, right? You play Iron Man without Hulk, you are like basically throwing. And I think that I don't know. There's obviously ups and downs of that. But like the idea of like forcing team ups in the comps, I think I'm fine with it as long as they change the team ups every season. I think they have to change every single team up every single season. Like they need to have just a bunch of new ones, even if they want to cycle in old ones. But like there should be no team ups left over from this season into next season outside of maybe like the Fantastic Four one. Yeah, the seasonal bonus doesn't make sense though. I agree. The seasonal bonus needs to go. That's such a disgustingly OP character. So much counterplay right there to that. When is the Diddy Geo Whenever Diddy gets online. Alright, this game is so dumb, by the way. Like, look at this winners queue. And then look at this losers queue. Then look at this winners queue. Then look at this losers queue. Like, it's so dumb.
My team is AFK. My team is so scared. My team is AFK. My team is so scared. My team is AFK. My team is so scared. My team is AFK. It's just bullshit. Hey, friends. We're both friends here. Hey, friends.